What's happening, guys? Live again on Fox the People podcast. And Dwayne, we're back at it again. And this is something even more exciting for us. This is our first live podcast. What do you think, man? Good job.
Good for
man.
us.
Good job.
It's a good thing we turned in the green stamp so we could get the extra cameras. You
Now,
remember
come on.
when they had green stamps?
Oh, yeah. Me and my mother used to go out, and I'd love to get those things. And we'd go home and put them in the books. And then my mother.
Well, there was
traded them in.
Publix who had green stamps,
Yeah, but it wasn't something else.
and there was the yellow ones which were Winn-Dixie.
When Dixie.
Did you ever get the catalog to see? You could thumb through it because I was a catalog kid. Okay, you could look and see what you wanted for Christmas with the Christmas
My
catalog.
mother
toys.
wouldn't let me. This was strictly about her. You
Yeah,
know,
but
my,
you had-
my mother was the type that I could stick them on the books
Yeah.
because she didn't like doing that part.
Yeah.
But then she would get to turn back in and she'd buy the little, cups or
Well,
dishes or whatever.
They
it
had a
was.
special catalog for the green stamps for only for parents that they only could see. It was the drug catalog, and my I think most parents would turn in their green stamps or yellow stamps in for Valium.
Well, hey, my mother needed it, man. So let's talk about our beloved Joe Biden.
Joe Robinette Biden,
Yes.
Jr.
Don't you think we have? Congratulations, Joe. You finally got some wisdom and you finally decided to adios. And I respect you, Joe. I really do. You know, I appreciate you destroying our country.
We haven't seen him since he said.
Yeah, really, where have you been at, Joe? That's a question we have for you. Let's ask him. Joe,
Joe,
where you at?
where you at, Joe?
We're missing you, Joe.
Where I think there was 3 reasons why he was going to throw in the towel. I think God came down and got him
Well, I think it was about time God did. I think it's been like 3 years late.
because he's got COVID, and you know what COVID does to a Democrat, right?
Well, I've seen witnesses,
He puts himself on some kind of sabbatical inside the White House.
Well, hey, I would be in a sabbatical in the White House too. Come on, man. Have you ever been in the White House?
No, but he's probably sitting in some chair eating chocolate chip mini ice cream with a blanket over
Well,
his
you're
legs.
making me jealous. That's my goal in life. Just sit back there in my little rocking chair,
Yeah.
my little thing, and just eating my bonbons.
Well, in 3 or 4 months, everyone's going to be in there moving all his shit out of the place, and he's still going to be sitting there because he
no,
fucking
no,
lost.
no, no, hold on. The story has it.
Yeah.
Camilla's gonna freaking take control of the world.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna step up, and then the rumor has it that we might be having Michelle Obama or Michael Obama is gonna be, hanging out with her in the VP, and then they're gonna take over the White House and kick the Republicans to the curb and just tailspin us into even more of a recession.
So they're going to turn the time machine back about 4 or 5 years and
Yeah.
go all the shit that Robinette did.
Yeah, that's
Is-
exactly what they're
isn't
gonna.
true
That's,
anymore?
that's the rumor has it. I don't know how true it is, but that's what we heard. And my wife normally is not into politics.
Yeah.
She's all of a sudden thinking that's the way it's going to be because it's time to get rid of the Trumps and time to get rid of the things that put some women in office. They did it in Mexico. Mexico has the first female president ever. So who knows? Maybe no. I mostly would vote it down in a heartbeat.
So, well, I mean, it's a nice idea in fantasy land, but we don't need Kamala Harris.
Well, Kamala Harris is wonderful.
Sure.
My name is Kamala
Well,
Harris.
She's got a lot of baggage.
Well, okay. Any politician out there has to have baggage. That's part of a requirement.
Well, she only had a couple jobs. She was the border czar. What did she do about the border?
She helped bring people in. Wasn't that the duty?
No.
Oh, I
She's
thought,
supposed-
wait, I thought when you're a Democrat, your duty is to destroy the United States.
You're supposed to you took an oath when you got sworn in,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to uphold the laws of the United States.
We are. We're helping out our world become a unsafe a place. Isn't that the Democrat theory or model or role?
That's what they think, okay? Because
Oh.
they think your money is their money too.
But see, that doesn't, everybody thinks that way. The banks think it that way. The insurance companies think that way. Our government definitely thinks that way.
Yeah. Well, when you get a notice one day that they took all your money out of your accounts and put it towards some person living somewhere in a homeless tent, our veterans don't get taken care of
Well,
properly.
110% about that one. That's 110%.
That's
But let's
awful.
be honest about it, okay? Yeah, we got money in the bank, but I also got a large amount of money underneath my mattress pad too, man, because I know someday. It's like, okay, this last weekend, when they had network go down and all these planes stop going, and well, I don't remember exactly what the whole story was.
Ground
but I
strike,
know,
yeah.
yeah, when we had the whole thing, no, when we had people who couldn't do anything because of
Ransomware.
computer problems.
Yeah.
All right, that's a scary thing. That's going to happen more and more and more because you're just seeing it. I mean, it's almost like a monthly occurring event where shit like that happens.
Well, in the car industry, they had something, there's a company out there called CDK, and I think they have software that they work with a bunch of dealerships, 15,000 of them, and they haven't been able to sell any cars in over almost a month and a half or more,
And what's the reason behind that?
because some people got into the system
And hacked it.
and hacked it, and they were asking for $5 million, and they said no. Well, now it's like $100 million.
Okay, but see, that's what I have a problem with. Okay, let's be honest here. We can get people on the moon. We can freaking check out Pluto. We can do everything. Why can't we be more protecting on our banks, our financial institutions, our information?
All these systems have a common thread. They have a cursor. So once they figure that out, because humans make these things.
Oh, true.
So they just have to get in there and figure out what's going on, and there's a lot of brilliant people out there, more so than not. They break into the systems and they do a little bit at a time. They chip away just a little bit, and pretty soon they get past the firewall, and everything is theirs. You don't know that they're in your system, but they're stealing your information. They steal your social
Yeah, well, you
security,
hear that happen all the time.
customer information.
Well, that's when you hear a lot about credit theft or identity theft.
Right,
And we just had it happen to one of our employees.
right.
I mean, all of a sudden he was filing for unemployment and he's working, didn't even know anything about it.
Wow.
That's pretty bad. You
Well,
know?
there's a lot of people that listen to the show and watching this right now live that own their house or don't own their house but have huge amounts of equity in their homes.
True.
They need to go out and get title insurance to protect themselves, because God forbid some poor innocent person who's been on their own or his own for a long time because their spouse has passed away, they can't fathom, they can't even deal with a letter coming in saying that there's 3 loans on their house and they have to get out because the loans aren't paid. That destroys them. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
well, I mean, yeah, it's so true. But let's talk about insurance, all right? Which I'm really, to be
Right.
honest with you, I'm pissed at insurance companies, all right? Our
Which one?
commercial policies.
Which one?
Yeah. All right, now hear me out, okay?
Yeah,
We were quoting for our auto commercial policy.
right,
Normally, it's about $32,000, $33,000 a year,
Right.
clean, no
Right.
records,
Yeah.
no nothing. Well, I was just informed that's going from $32,000 to $62,000. No claims, no extra things. All right.
How long
Why?
have you been with these people?
We jump ship like every 2 years, depending on who gives the
Yeah.
best quote. But what it is, you know what their excuse is?
What?
Which I could see it, but I don't believe it. They're saying all these attorneys like Morgan are putting up signs saying, "Oh, auto accident, wreck, we can get you money." And they're saying that's the reason why these insurance companies are cranking down on the price tag. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I don't buy that one. Come
Commercial
on, man.
insurance is about 15 to 20% more than usual insurance.
True.
But if your broker or your insurance company, whoever it is, could be XYZ insurance company, is giving you an excuse, call someone else.
Well, no, like I said, I've been on the books for the last 2 weeks. I pretty much, in end of July, I'm always calling around for auto
Right.
commercial. I mean, all of my
Right.
policies, religiously, I shop them every year.
Right.
Okay, you have to, because
Oh, yeah.
if you stay with one customer, they're going to keep going up
Right, yeah.
every single year. You're not even really going to realize it. Okay, but I've realized from getting screwed many times
Yeah.
because these guys make promises. All right, and if you don't look at the declaration page and compare apples for apples,
Right.
all right, you're going to get screwed. All right. And the thing about it is, I've been on maybe 15 other different insurance carriers. The problem is when they put it in the system, and there's only so many carriers. That's the other problem. There's only so many carriers for commercial auto policies. All right, and auto owners is the one that we're dealing with right now. And like I said, everybody's coming back on. I can't do any better than that cost. And I'm thinking, you can't do better than 62,000. I mean, to me, they're not professional individuals. To me, okay. And what it is, to me, it's a form of laziness because, okay, they could have came back to me and said, well, let's lower your limits, let's increase your
didn't-
deductible.
they didn't offer
You could have
anything.
negotiated something, but what it shows me is that these insurance agents really don't give a shit, and they're not really customer service friendly.
Right.
And you know as well as I do, I preach it. If you're going to do business with somebody, you've got to give customer service. That's going to be the number one thing.
Well, they're taking advantage of you. You already know that, so you're going to fix the problem. The only difference between now and when the problem is fixed is just a little bit of time. It's a straight line.
Yeah, yeah.
It will get fixed.
Yeah, but the question is when. And we all know that
Yeah.
when. We're hoping when Trump gets into office,
Well,
hopefully that will solve a lot of our problems.
yeah. Well,
I mean, it's going to create some more problems, but I think it's going to be the best for us in the long run.
well, they do have a platform. The Republicans did have a platform at their convention, what they just finished, which is a fantastic convention. I don't know if you watched it or not.
I did, yeah, I did.
You know, of course, the Democrats are having their convention in Chicago, which is going to be a replay of 1968 with all the riots. Confusion.
Why do you think that?
It's going to happen. It's already in the cards.
Well,
I want someone to call me back or give me a message back and go, you were fucking right.
I'll watch it. We'll see what happens.
Because it's Chicago.
Well, I give you that.
Democratic mayor.
Okay.
He's a boob.
All right, let's talk about it. You just said Chicago, okay? I met a really nice gentleman there at night.
Yeah.
I was up at Bonefish getting dinner,
Oh, cool.
and this gentleman was at the bar, and I've seen him quite a few times.
Right down the street here.
And we just started talking, yeah. And this guy told me that he's a world-class engineer, and that he's 75 years old. He's retired now.
Yeah.
But he worked for NASA. He worked for Exxon.
Wow.
He travels the world.
Yeah.
He's lived in Africa for 9 years, but he's basically from Belgrade, Yugoslavia.
Wow.
And he was telling me that Belgrade, Yugoslavia, where he's from, where he loves, he says he's got 2 homes over there, right on the Mediterranean there.
Yeah.
He's got, he was telling me it's like Chicago, where most of the people from Yugoslavia came from Belgrade over to
Right.
Chicago in the early 20s,
Right. Yeah.
30s, all right? And they created their sort of like own environment over there, and he swears up and down, he goes, you got to go to Belgrade. You got to check it out. The historic museums and the architects and just the atmosphere is beautiful, but it gets really cold in some places.
Have you ever been to Chicago?
I drove through it, but I can't really say I stopped.
I've been there a couple times. The largest Greek population at one time was in Chicago. I've been there. I was married to a Greek girl. I got a couple of kids. We're not together no more. And but I've been to Chicago a bunch of times. I've been there like 3 times. I've driven under the city.
There you go.
I've been to the museums. I've been to the Sears Tower. That
Yeah.
thing does fucking go back and forth. It weaves.
Yeah, I've
It
heard
sways.
that. Yeah, see, I would like to do it. I'll be honest. The older I get, the more I want to start traveling and just checking out different places. But the other thing that really got me sort of like wow factor was this guy was an Olympic karate. I can't remember the actual term that he did, but he did that. He traveled. What did the guy say? The guy is 75 years old. He went to an event just like a month ago,
Right.
and some guy got an attitude. I came behind him and tried choking him out.
Why?
And he beat the crap out of the dude because it was like his ex-girlfriend or some kind of crap. And the guy just came out behind him, choked his eye. He laid his ass out. The cops came. He said the only thing that saved his ass from going to jail was there was cameras up, and they said the cops were like, "Hey man, 75 years old, you're kicking people's ass like this."
Yeah.
So it was amazing. But I mean, I want to get him on our podcast
You should, yeah.
and see if we can get some stories because
Yeah.
the man's got stories after stories after
Oh, yeah,
stories, and
yeah.
I love sitting and talk to people like
That's
that.
good. Yeah, it's cool.
So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was how do you feel dealing with people who sort of direct you into, how can I say this? I just had an experience where I was dealing with a guy for a new CPA. And for the last 2 months, he gave me the song and the dance. Oh yeah, I can help you. I can take care of you. He promoted it. He gave me a lot of pertinent advice, I thought. But when it came down to it, his letter of intent was outrageous. Okay, and I understand we're here to make money, but come on, get a realistic value. Then he started acting like, oh, all the other CPAs out there, unless they have this, letter of intent and everything else, and they're going to do everything illegal, and that there's all these shady ass CPAs out there. And all of a sudden, I felt like he put himself on this high level. So I told him, I said, well, look, I'm gonna evaluate this thing you just sent me yesterday, and I'm gonna go get some numbers. And he goes, well, if I decide so, I'll just drop you like a fly. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? You know, well, needless to say, after we had left on good terms talking, at least I felt that way. He had enough nerve to send me a letter of intent telling me that, well, after our conversation, I feel like we're not the best interests in each other. And I'm like, okay, I respect that, but it made me feel like he wasted 2.5 months of my time. I turned over all my documents to him.
Oh, no.
And then he's gone shady. So my question is to you is how do you deal with the shady characters out there that, you know, they make promises, but they never, how can I say it, provide the service they
apparently what he was telling you isn't what he was going to do for you. He had a different aspect of what he was going to do for you. Maybe he could be grouping his clients together for some kind of triad or something. I mean, you don't know where he's coming from.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I don't know.
So you'd be
like
better off to just to step away from him.
I do, but like I said, I'm just trying to educate people in a general thing that I tell myself all the time: get your stuff, you know, checked out before you get involved. And I guess I feel bad in the way that I didn't actually, just from the get-go, call him out and go, hey, how much you plan on charging me? Because if you know your business, you should know a basic price statute. You should say, okay, between this price and this price. I mean, and the problem is, you know how I am. I like talking to people. We become friends. But then when you start taking my friendship as a gold digger mentality, that's what I felt like. You're just trying to get into my wallet, you know, because I feel like I gave you all my personal information, and now you're trying to figure it out. And I'm not saying he has clients that are a lot more successful than I am, so I'm sure he does.
Did you ever meet him in face to face?
Oh yeah, we sat in his office. We talked about it. We talked over the phone for hours.
Is he a younger guy or an older guy?
He's about our age. Okay. I mean, I really like the guy, respect the guy, but
how
I feel like
is he?
I'm assuming he's very successful. I mean, he's got a really nice office, wears GQ threads, you know, and he's got himself a Corvette that I told him in the text, I said, man, your Corvette's great, but it's really a piece of shit, which I honestly I feel it is.
I would feel more secure if he was driving a fucking Mercedes.
That's what I'm saying. Mercedes.
You know, guys that drive Corvettes got short little wieners, so.
Well, like I said,
I drive a station wagon, so.
I mean, no disrespect to him or the people he's with, but the problem is, I'm going to tell you and tell everybody else, if you're going to do business with people, be straight up from the get-go. Don't lure them in like a big fish, and then drag them out, and then all of a sudden, wham, you wasted a month or two of their time, all right, and your trust value, and you've lost it, because like right now, this podcast is about fostering people. So I want to try to teach people that if you're going to go look for a service or some type of thing here that's going to make you pay, get the cost up front and then determine the valuation. When we met, we talked about the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
All right? And you pretty much straight up told me, this is what you can get for this amount of money, and this was it.
Right.
And you're a man of your word. And that's what I've earned respect for you. All right? But because of this last transition with Mr. Banks, I'll call him, all right, I feel like he's lost my respect for him because of the way he downgraded other CPAs when we had this conversation, even though he didn't know them. Okay? Because he said, well, all those people are the shady ones, the ones that have no integrity. Well, I feel like you have no integrity if you're going to drag somebody on for 2 freaking months, take their information, and then give a terminology of stating the fact that, oh, you have to fill out these 10-page reports.
This is my philosophy about doing business with people. I like doing business with women.
I personally do too.
They're very professional.
Yeah, most of them.
They're straight up, forward, honest, and no bullshit.
That is true.
Men will lie to you.
But why do you think that is?
Because it's just their ego.
Yeah.
Because they never got picked for the baseball team when they were little boys. They're bad. Hi, Liz.
Hey, Liz, what's happening, baby? Thanks for being part of our show.
Yeah, really. But these are men that just don't have any confidence in themselves, and they got through life and maybe they're book smart or whatever. But women are a completely different professional than men. I like doing business with women. I hire a woman lawyer.
Yep.
Women in charge in the car business are a lot more educated and a lot more honest than men.
We're a lot better
Men
than
have a
you probably
tendency to lie and cheat and steal.
Okay, but why is that? Okay, like I said, the older I get, it's like my goal in life is to be straight up with people. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to give you bullshit. I want to be straight up with you and say, hey, look it, I'll help you, you help me, and let's build a relationship. Let's help each other grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's too many shitty ass people. And that's why I'll be honest with you. I've got Liz, who's my VP for my company, for one of my companies.
Hi, Liz.
And she's like a dear friend of mine. And then we have Kathleen, who's running the other Largo,
right.
and Gloria helps them. Yeah. And these are women that I can honestly, like you just said, I trust 110%. And it just seems like us guys, we're the bullshitters, slack-assers, always got excuses for why shit can't get done.
Well, most guys are still hanging out in the frat party and they're drinking and they got to feel their oats and they're trying to do this. But women have a different perspective. They're a lot more mature than men.
Most times.
Most times.
Would you say that about your last couple ex-wives?
Well, I mean, the first one.
I don't know about my
first one
exes.
is passed away.
Yeah.
The second one, I try to give her a lot of good advice, but it doesn't work.
Yep.
And my last wife, I don't own anything.
Yeah.
Everything's in her name.
But now, don't you
The
feel
only, the only thing I own is the dog. That's it.
No, let me ask you a question. I get nervous
yeah.
when you say that to me, all right?
Yeah.
Because with all due respect to my wife, and she was to tell me, hey, see you later, fat boy, freaking, she owns everything.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Freaking sue her to get potential everything?
Well,
I mean, granted, now I'm in the mindset that if
Yeah.
God forbid things were to go south,
Yeah.
okay, I would regroup and start all over again, even at the age of 60. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it's almost as bad. Say you come home and you find out that your wife has passed away, she's died or something,
Yeah, I would have a hard
and
time.
then
with that.
and then it's just like you being told that you just got fired. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, fire's a lot different than a passing.
No. I'm saying you come home. When you get divorced, they fire you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, or you come home, you find out that your wife is sick and she's going to die, and she passed away. It's just you all by yourself.
Well, I respect that, but I'm gonna be straight up. I just feel like I'm a very independent person, and I feel like I don't need. How can I say this? I don't need someone to take me down the road. I am my own individual person,
Right.
and I need to make my own dreams and my own goals and my own
Right.
happiness. I'm not gonna have somebody else do that for me because I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling myself.
You have that personality because you're a go-getter.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at, I guess, is I see many people that are negative Nancy's. And,
Sure.
and I believe that being a negative Nancy is right here.
Well, what we always talk about, there's only two kinds of people in this world. There's
Yeah.
a leader and a follower. Me and you are leaders.
Yeah,
The
but
rest of people that watch us need good advice from us.
I give you that. I completely get it. But like I said, I looked at myself when I was younger, I was a follower.
Yeah.
And about the age of 16, after I got my ass kicked a couple times, I was like, F this, man. I am just going to go freaking become more positive about who I'm going to be. I learned how to fight a little bit, started kicking a few people's asses, started getting the ego. Then the head got too big. Then I started opening my own companies, and I thought, okay, the ego was really big there too.
Right.
But it was like that trial and error step.
Right.
And I think what happens, especially in today's society, people are content with having nothing.
Right.
People are content with just, oh, that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna pick up a book or, maybe study something online. Because you know why? It's fucking hard work. And people are afraid of working hard. People are afraid of doing something. Now, I'll be honest, I dropped out of high school at 10th grade. I thought 10th grade was the worst thing of my life. School sucked.
Right.
All right? And after about 2 years of floundering around, I said, okay, let me go get my GED. I got my GED, ended up going to college. That was bullshit. That was a waste of money and time for me. I ended up starting my own deli at the age of 20. Okay, my father said, hey, fat boy, get off the couch, do something with your life. And that was the other place. He gave me $10,000 and said, okay, what are you going to do? I'll either pay for you to go back to school. I'm like, no, that's not me. Or if you could do something. So I did the hard knocks world.
Right.
And what it was I wasn't going to give that sense of passion of that drive because I was going to accomplish. I'm the type of person where if there's a problem, I'm going to try to find a solution to
Yeah.
it. And I think what happens in today's society is many people get kicked down. And they go, well, I'm just stuck here. I'm never going to be able to change. And that's why I started Foster the People. You know that. That's
Right.
was the main purpose we did that because
Right.
if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
It's that simple. I'm not any special person. I am a little special, but you know the thing about it is I'm not any different than anybody else. The only
Right.
thing is I have a little bit more drive.
Right.
I have a little bit more consistency.
Right.
I have a little bit more get kicked in the teeth, get kicked in the gut,
Mm-hmm.
and freaking dust myself up, pick myself up again.
Well, you see that dollar sign sitting 10 foot away, and the only difference between me and that dollar bill is only 10 foot away.
That's it.
That's easy. 10 foot is nothing
Yeah, but people look at it as 20,000 miles.
because they don't want to work hard.
But okay, but that's what I'm trying to preach.
Because
okay?
their parents never taught them how to do anything in life to work hard.
But see, my parents really didn't either. My parents were just, live your life, do this, try to live the normal, clean life, don't get into trouble. But they didn't really have a drive. They didn't sit down and talk to me about finances. And I think, honestly, a lot of people are using that as an excuse. It's got to have a drive. I mean, okay, let's be honest. Everybody says, oh, my rent's gone up $300. Okay, well, you know what you do? You cut back on your expenses a little bit. And
Yeah.
you say, oh, well, I can't do that. Bullshit. If I was to sit down with anybody
Yeah.
right now and look at your expense sheets,
Right.
I could guarantee you I could take 10 to 50, maybe 30% of that money out of that
Yeah.
and teach you how to put it into a savings
Right,
account.
right.
And within 2 to 3 years, you'd have that house.
Right.
All right, that's why me and Liz have created a new corporate plan where we're going to start a wealth program where we're going to be helping our staff first,
You told me. Yeah.
and then we're going to be going into the public. All right, and I'm not playing no sissy ass little games where I can't do this. Anybody comes to me and says they can't do it, I'm going to tell them to beat it.
Right.
It's going to be like, this is going to be hard. There's going to be a sacrifice. If you want this, you're going to have to make that steps. And you're going to have to be willing to put the time and effort. And if you don't want to do it, don't waste your time because somebody else is going to step up to
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And like I said, the main reason why we're doing this right now is to foster people on the life journey. Everything's a journey, man. And I feel like we should all be sitting around saying, hey, this is great.
That's nice that you're going to help the people that you work with.
Well,
that
that's
you know.
first.
That's
That their
great.
family, man.
That's great.
Should they put more time into their freaking
yeah.
own family?
Because you can do for these things for those people that you can't do for anybody else.
Well, that's it. And like I said, right now, the mortgage guys we've had on here and the realtors we have here, what's the biggest problem? People want a place to live at. They
Right.
want to call it their house.
Right.
They're tired of seeing the rent keep going up and everything else. And so I said, all right, the first thing we're going to do for those of you that want to step up is we're going to sit down, we're going to come up with an analysis of what you need. I'm going to get you hooked up with these certain people,
Right.
all right? We're going to teach you how to put some money. We're going to find the government grants that they have in each county
Right.
that you can get that first hometowner's money, and we're going to go find you a house.
Right.
Because I love real estate. You know me.
Yeah.
I love real estate. I looked at a property yesterday. Man, I tell you what, this house is going to be burned to the ground.
Yeah. Well, you think I could qualify for more money if I put a SKI or a EZ at the end of my name?
Probably, yeah, because you got that sort of that suave,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
know.
You probably could, you know. I could see that.
I just want that. I want to get the Spanish money. Okay.
Well, you're going to have to darken your skin just a little bit, you know. Maybe go to like one of those tanning
Well,
booths.
I mean, I can just say I'm a cousin of Kamala Harris.
No, you would definitely get. I like that. I like that, man.
I mean-
that's true. You probably could.
I mean,
Hold on a minute. Let me see that look.
I'm probably
could.
more albino than not. You know.
But you'd have to dye your hair just a little bit darker.
Yeah,
You know, you got just a little bit, not
Yeah.
much. You
More,
know?
well, if I
Yeah,
maybe I can look like Morgan Freeman.
I don't know about that. You know, you got a little bit, kind of squint your eyes a little bit more or something. You know,
Something like that. Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
like that. I think you got potential.
Yeah.
I think you could be a Jakowski or Jawoski.
Yeah.
Or,
I didn't know if
somebody.
there was. I mean, usually on those applications they ask you for sex. I usually put down yes.
Yeah, I usually too.
Yeah.
Or as often as I can get it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm married.
Well, I mean, we all have a debilitating problem. But
Oh
then
yes,
again,
us men.
well, marriage is actually a really good thing for men.
It really is. And most times.
We're very lucky to be married.
Okay, help me out because a lot of people would say yes, a lot of people would say no to that. Okay, I look at my uncle who's 91 years old, never ever married, never had any kids.
Yeah.
That man is happy as all get out.
He's 91, really?
91. He'll be 92. Well, wait a minute. He just turned. Wait a minute. He just turned 92.
Right.
March. All right. My
Yeah.
dad will be 95.
Well, there could be a lot of reasons. Maybe he has low self-esteem. I don't know. So.
Not at all. He's just like not having the timing down.
Well, I mean,
do this. We got to take it. I mean, look at us. We're on our third. Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, I see that man with nothing, and he's well off. But that's he's been retired now for, God, 30 plus years.
He gets a letter from Social Security every fucking month. When are you dying? When are you gonna die?
He don't get that, buddy. Well, that's true.
Yeah, he
That's
does
how it is.
too.
No, but honestly, he's never paid into Social Security.
Yeah, but he still gets the money. You
No,
still get a minimum.
No, he don't get nothing, man. He don't get zip.
What?
The only money he gets is from his portfolio that he bought stocks. And he had I'll give you a quick story. He had his own printing company in Mexico City.
Okay.
Very successful one. Decided to go out there in the early 70s and bang doors and become a salesperson.
Yeah.
Got very successful. Then all of a sudden, he decided he was going to expand. He got himself a Mexican partner. And at the age of 55, he told him, get out. You don't like it, too bad. Kicked his ass curve. He only had $100,000 to his name.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to check out because he was devastated.
Yeah.
All right, but he said it was the greatest day of his life. And he sat back. He started investing in the stock market. The guy's a multimillionaire. His guy out there is probably $700,000-$800,000 big, probably acre lot, 3-story house
Wow.
with freaking pool, sauna.
Are you really good friends with this guy?
With my uncle? Yeah.
I mean-
I love him to death. The problem is okay.
What happens if he dies? Who's he
Well,
gonna leave anything to?
I'm glad you brought that up because here's the scary thing. With all the things going down and where he lives at, the cartel is really getting strong in that
Oh,
area.
he lives down there. Wait,
Yeah.
where?
He
South
lives
America?
he lives in Cuernavaca, Mexico, North
Oh,
Morales.
Okay, yeah.
All right? And the problem is, yes, I'm supposed to be his benefactor on everything he owns. And the problem is, I've had this discussion with attorneys, with lawyers. It's scary right now because if I was to go down there, they'd probably use me as a pawn tool to make money off my wife and my family.
You ever seen a Mexican necktie? A Colombian necktie.
Well, that's true too.
I mean,
yeah,
they
man.
cut
I
you
don't
here.
want,
and
I don't want
they
to see
pull your
one
tongue
close
out,
up.
and your
Yeah.
tongue's hanging out down
Well,
here.
like I said, we used to go up there a lot, but over the last decade or so, because of things have gotten so crazy down there, because of the cartel. I mean, his lady tells me how every other week there's drive-by shootings in the town that's like 5 minutes away from his house.
Wow.
And it's just, they go after Americans like us, and they will do it. So,
They kidnap you and they
Yeah.
ask for money back.
yeah, and they'll freaking kill me on top of it and get their money. So, I mean, that's just the way the game goes. But like I said, the thing about it is I went off on a tangent here. I'm thinking to myself,
You should send your wife
that would be really
because
good.
you're not going to kidnap
Well,
her.
Now, here's the other thing. I don't speak a lick of English. I mean, English either. Of Spanish.
Yeah.
Aqua, cerveza, tacos, burritos.
A keto Taco Bell.
That's it, man. That's the most I got, man. So I'll be like, no stupid bitch.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I got one.
If they kidnap your wife,
Pendejo.
yeah. What's
I've
that?
been told. I've been called. I've been a pendejo.
Oh, Padejo. Okay.
Yeah, pendejo. I don't know what the hell that actually means in a
That's a
normal term.
that's pothole in Mexican. So.
Okay.
But if they kidnap your wife after a month, they'd send her back anyway. So.
They probably would, man. Probably a week. you
Be
know?
like, what the fuck we do that for? This is crazy.
Here, I'll pay you,
I'll
man.
pay you. Don't worry about it.
Now, come on. My wife is a nice woman, man.
I know.
She's a school teacher, man.
She puts up with you.
Oh, that's true. That's what Liz
And
puts up with me.
I know
Gloria
she was
puts
a
with
school
me.
teacher. She has a huge heart. That's wonderful.
Yeah, she does. She really does. But that's
She-
one.
she-
That's
she's
one
been
of
teaching
the
for a while.
the crossroads that we had, the crossroads, because I feel like she gives so much of that teaching thing here,
Yeah.
and they reward her okay, but they don't really. To me, as a future growth, you're sort of stuck where you're at, you
Yeah.
know. And to me, like I said, I want to keep growing. I want to keep building more and more. I want to get more relationships, more financial, more real estate, more wealth.
Being a teacher is almost like being a member of a cult.
It really is. Was
Yeah.
it the Hillsborough County cult of teachers?
Well, I mean, they're in the news this past week. In fact, this morning about them trying to raise the millage up so they can put more money into the hands of the school teachers.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. School teachers were still getting paid and not having to work because everybody was home.
Well, I give you that, but still, you know as well as I do, the teachers nowadays, they have a hell of a task.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and the problem is, let's be honest, my wife's a first grade teacher,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
and
wow.
she's getting like
Yeah.
abused by some kids. They literally will have temper tantrums. They will throw things at her. They will smash things.
Because her parents suck. That's why.
Well, that's true. But I think our system sucks too.
They send the kid to school to be babysat by your wife, and
Well,
she
that's
wants
true.
to teach them something earnestly, so they can be a better member of society 20 years down the road. Because they had a good occurrence with her.
Well, I give you that. But I mean, you look at today's society. When we were growing up, we get the beat down. Now you can't even look at the kid the wrong way without having a potential lawsuit because once again, Morgan, you look at my kid the wrong way, we'll sue you. You talk to my kid the wrong way, we'll sue you. Call us today, Morgan, we'll sue anybody.
How many times did you get in trouble in school where they took you down to the principal's office and they beat your ass?
Every day. My mother was one of the people that started to change because I had an experience where I got my ass whipped, all right? We went in, me and another kid,
Yeah.
and
For fighting or something or what?
just bullshitting around, playing in class, you know.
And the teacher, the bitch, sent you to the fucking place to get your ass beat?
Oh yeah, we got the beat down, dude.
What kind of paddle did they use?
It was like a standard paddle with holes in it, man.
A wiffle paddle.
Oh yeah, dude.
So you heard the coming towards your ass real fast? or
Oh
what?
man, I'll give you a good one. The guy, you can look it up. I can't remember his name,
Yeah.
but he was a world freaking Guinness Book record for the fastest freaking softball thrower. And he'd put that freaking softball throw into your ass.
So he was the one that was giving you the deal.
Oh yeah, I got 10 whacks one day. I couldn't even sit down.
10 whacks.
10 whacks.
That's
All right.
child abuse.
Yeah, but you know, in respect, I remember as a kid, I got caught chewing gum. They stuck it on my nose, made me walk around the whole rest of the day with gum on my nose.
Well, they stopped beating kids' asses a long time ago. A guy like that hit some guy in the nuts.
That would hurt bad.
He
You
was
do that?
bent over.
What,
He hit him in the ass.
Yeah.
He caused serious internal damage, and it was a problem.
Well, I understand. I mean,
And girls don't get spanked, or they used to, or at least
Well,
they don't know more.
I mean, think about it. You hear about stories where the nuns would smack your hands and stuff with
Oh.
sticks and stuff. I heard stuff. You know, this happens.
They walk around with a ruler, and
Yeah.
okay, put your hands out, and they smack
Crack
your
it.
hands.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there should be a corporal punishment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of these kids that do need a good ass whooping.
Oh,
Okay? And I'm sorry, but we got society where it's like, oh, be nice to them. Don't offend them. You might hurt their feelings. Fuck their feelings. In the real world, your feelings going to get the shit kicked out of you.
Well-
and you're going to have to dust yourself
Yeah.
off and step up and be a freaking man.
Well, they in sports for kids, they have a participation trophy. They don't have a trophy for first place and nothing else.
Yeah.
Because when we used to play sports, there was a winner and there was a loser,
Exactly.
not a participant.
Yeah.
Where little Johnny, who has some kind of problem, physical problem. I'm not going to say he's retarded or nothing, but he's out there playing ball,
Right.
doing the best he can. His parents love him,
Right.
and he's playing with these other kids. He's getting up there and he plays wiffle ball. He plays this. He does that. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, sometimes there's winners and there's losers.
Well, there's got to be winners and losers. If not, there's no meaning for us to be here.
Right, because
Okay.
as you go along in life, there's winners and losers in life.
Everything in life. You either win today on a conversation in a sense, or you lose freaking in a competition.
Well,
Life is about winning and losing.
When
You're
you-
not always going to win. You're not always going to lose.
when you drive into your neighborhood
Right.
and there's like 400 houses in that neighborhood, guess what that is? That's a coven for winners, because they own a home.
True.
They own a home. They're winners.
Yeah, but let's be honest. There's a lot of these freaking, also the welfare people out there that freaking got homes. I shouldn't say the welfare, but we're more like the, what word am I looking for? The ones that were given the money to go buy shit, okay?
Section 8 housing and stuff like
Well, no,
that.
I'm not talking about such. I'm just talking about these. What do they call it? Like the millionaires and just, let me buy my kid a brand new Mercedes. Let me give him a new house. The freaking entitlement society.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was growing up, there was no, you don't get nothing. My father was willing to give me 10 grand to try to get my shit
My
together.
dad never gave me
Okay.
nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All right. And I was blessed on that amount, and I'm thankful that I'm still here to, you know, pat my father on the back and tell him, hey, you know, I appreciate everything you do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like in today's society, people are so quick to just say, oh, it's not a big deal. You know, we'll let the government. How many people are going around going, oh, yeah, Biden's going to pay off my student debt. Biden's are going
bad
to do this.
news. Bad
Why
news.
in the hell, if you took that debt out, why should somebody have to pay for it? And then on top of it, think about it. Okay, so let's say the Bidens did give you that. You know what that does? That goes into our tax dollars that we all have to pay back
Right.
into.
So if you never went to college, you have to pay for some sniveling kid that went to college.
Nobody
who probably
paid for
never even
mine.
finished college.
Yeah.
He just ran up a debt
Yeah.
because he went to the college and they go, well, we have a perfect deal for Johnny. He's going to be a marine biologist. And you say he's going to go down to Eckerd College or whatever, and you're going to graduate like everyone else with a marine biology degree in 4 years, and you're never going to do that job because there's only one job out there right
Yeah,
now, and there's
that's
400
it.
people applying.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The other thing, when you just said job applying, that really irks the shit out of me. It's today's society. People will tell you, oh, I can't find a job. Well, how did you go look for a job? Oh, I went up on the internet and I applied for a job.
Yeah.
No, man. If you want a freaking job, you go, okay, yes. You go by, hey, my name's Dan. I'm
That-
interested in your position.
That impresses
I'll beat it.
people, and make sure
Exactly.
make sure you're wearing a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
You look
Dress
nice, your hair is
presentable,
done, your
clean
teeth are
up.
brushed,
Yeah.
your shirt's tucked in unless you got some kind of medical problem like me, or whatever. But
Or like
you
me.
knock on the door and you say, hi, I'm qualified, here's my resume.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then if you get shut down, go back tomorrow.
And tell them
Go back tomorrow.
it's a resume, not a recipe.
Yeah, yeah.
Because usually they go get the recipe for their mother.
But the problem is, okay, let's be dead honest about it, okay? Once again, it goes back to what I preach all the time. It's the mindset.
Yeah.
Okay?
They don't teach that in school no more.
They don't. It really doesn't. And it's like we're making what I call this world a pansy nation.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just, oh, I'm afraid you might offend me. I can't talk to people. I can't communicate. I can't do this.
Low
I can't.
self-esteem. A lot of people now are bringing their mothers with them on interviews.
Well, I wish I could bring my mom. My mother's a ball buster, man. I tell you what.
No, I'm serious.
What?
In the last 5 or 6 years, they've been bringing their parents with them.
Why?
Because that's the way they're
But
raised.
shouldn't the parents be like, you need to step up and be a freaking woman or a man?
Because that's the way they raise their kids.
Well, I'm
It's
sorry,
the same
but
same bastard living in the fucking basement, living on his mother's insurance, and don't worry about it. If you want a woman, we'll get you one, but we got to get you a job. You got to make some money. But they don't give a shit because they're going to take care of them.
but don't you think with that approach or that state of mind that we're just making our environment weaker and weaker? Like I said, my granddaughter, who will be 3 here this Friday, what's her life going to be in 20, 30, 40 years?
Well, coming from you, she's not going to have any problems.
Well, I would take care of her, but once
No,
again,
no, she's got that genetic mindset
well,
from
I hope
from,
to God.
from your family.
I hope to God. But the problem is in today's society is we are weak. We are very weak. And like I said, we need to create a sense of more self-worth and more self-respect. You said it in a podcast a couple of weeks ago that gave me goosebumps. I don't know what the key word was, but it's like you got to take pride in who you are.
Yeah.
You got to focus in on what's going to make you happy, not what's going to make you money. Because if it makes you happy, you will make money.
Right.
And so many people think, oh, I gotta go become a millionaire. They don't even know how to become a 10,000-aire. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what's gonna make you happy. And if you're radiating that happiness to others and you're feeling blessed, everybody's gonna go like, wow, I wanna be just like you. I want to hang out with you because you're so happy, you're so blessed.
Well, I work with a bunch of kids at work that got no time in the business, and they got lots of energy to get things done, but they need to do it the correct way.
Yeah.
And I just give them advice and stuff like that, and just be self-reliant. Take 2 steps back. Take a deep breath. Don't worry about it. Don't be in such a hurry to make $200. Okay.
Yeah. It ain't about money all the time.
You know.
I mean, like I said, this podcast, we're spending a shitload of money, but we're having a good time doing it. That's what it's all about.
But
You know?
everybody in this world needs to look within themselves when they wake up in the morning and look in that mirror, and your hair's all fucked up and shit, and your one lip's going that way and your ear's going that
Are
way.
you
or whatever.
looking in the mirror? Were you looking at me again? Were you looking at that mirror? Josh, I told you not to freaking let him look at me in the
Hey,
morning.
when you wake up in the morning and you have to go to the bathroom, do you close the door so your
Hell
wife
no,
doesn't?
I
so
just
you-
let it. No,
So your wife doesn't hear you?
I'm not worried about it. I'll close the damn door and the dogs will hit the knob and come in with me. They're like my best friends. They're like my chefs. Every place I
yeah.
go, I'm like, do you mind? I can't even have 2 minutes of
Or you're
privacy.
sitting on the toilet, you're sitting there and you're going, I think I'm getting ready to fall asleep again.
Then the dog
The
licks
dog-
your face,
yeah.
man.
You have dogs, you said too?
I got 2. I got a golden retriever and I got a Hypers all get a Labranisky or it's a Husky
Yeah.
and a Labrador, white, and she's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And she's got one blue eye, one brown eye, and she's just full throttle.
Yeah. I got a Bernedoodle that's like that. It's a Bernese with a poodle mix.
Yeah.
He's everywhere, but we don't let him sleep with us at nighttime. The Labradoodle sleeps with us.
Oh, but that's discrimination.
He's about this big.
So why don't you? That's like discrimination the other
No,
way.
it's okay. The bulldog hides under the bed. She sleeps under the bed because she doesn't sleep in her cage anymore. So she's graduated. She put herself in that position in life.
Okay, well I respect that, but I like mine. Okay, the golden.
Yeah.
She used to jump on the bed. We try to get her to get off the bed, but now I know what it is. Lately, the last 3-4 mornings, freaking Lily, the Labrador, I can't even say the word, Labrador Husky.
Yeah.
She is just right there. And then up on the bed, and then the golden gets in there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, it's bad enough that I love them, but they shed, and they're like, you're all over the freaking place. I mean, I wear black clothes. If I had the dog on me, I'd be white. That's how bad the one is.
Yeah. I used to have a white dog many years ago that was the same way. So, but just taking care. Your dogs are your friends.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's really amazing because when you have a dog, and you're a dog person, you're a little bit better than most people because they don't understand what a dog does for you.
Well, a lot of people go, well, dogs are nothing, man. They just freaking gotta be.
No, they're
all over
stupid. You know,
Yeah,
I always tell people, it just stupefies people. I go, you know what dog spelled backwards is? And they have to fucking think about it.
Yeah, I know.
I go, it spells God.
Yeah, it's
because
God.
God has a dog too.
That is true.
He ain't got no fucking cat. He's got a dog.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I no disrespect to any of you cat lovers out there, but
Oh, okay.
I love all animals, but I am
Yeah.
not a cat lover. I will
No.
deal with them, but I've never been one
My
of those
wife's
people.
allergic to cats, so we don't have cats in the house. I'm
Well, that's
sorry.
my excuse too. I'm allergic to
Yeah.
cats too.
You're allergic to a cat?
I'm allergic to a lot of things.
I haven't been allergic to cat in a long time. But I'm just saying, we were going to talk about something else, kind of personable for everybody, but everybody goes to the bathroom, right?
Yes, we all
Okay.
do. I hope we do.
Okay, and it used to be really easy to go to the bathroom there when you were younger. When in your life did you decide to sit down to pee?
I guess when you wake up and you can't freaking walk because your back hurts so bad.
Or you're
so you're
standing
like,
there, you're waddling back and forth, and your hands on your hips, or whatever you could be doing, one of these kind of things, whatever, and you're trying to hit the toilet. When did you start sitting down to go to the bathroom as opposed to sitting there and stand up and hitting the water so your wife hears this giant waterfall?
I can't really say that because there's times I do both. If I wake up in the morning
Yeah.
and my back is killing me, yeah, I might. I mean, there's some times we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking stiff, I can't even wipe my rear end, man. And that's really freaking bad. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, please, good Lord, let me get through this one. So it takes about 20 minutes to freaking get loosened up, and then I'm back to normal again.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that.
But why are
well,
we talking about poop?
I'm talking about pooping, and everybody poops, okay? There's everybody talks on the phone, everybody walks around, and everybody poops.
Okay.
So I'm just, so when you're sitting on the toilet pooping,
Okay.
okay, what kind of toilet paper do you like?
Well, let's back up for a bit. Because I have old pipes, they told me I have to use, what the hell? It's like Charmin, this soft thing. Because if not, it gets clogged up in the pipes, and I don't want to spend $30,000 redoing my pipes.
Well, there's these I've seen these new commercials
Right.
for man wipes.
Oh, that
What the
sounds
fuck are
wonderful.
those things?
They're like baby diaper wipes, dude. You can flush them.
So you can wipe your ass and have like a minty smell in your hand or something?
Yeah, on your hand,
Instead,
on your
instead of having that
ass.
shit smell in your hand, you have a minty smell, right?
Well, what's wrong with that, man? I would like to have like a lavender scent or
There
maybe
you
a
go.
watermelon or something.
Or you like that smell so much you don't even wash your hands when you get done.
That's it. You just-
walk
you
through
wipe 'em out. You just
you walk
wipe
through the
your ass.
entire day and you go, hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah. Or what happens if you have COVID and you go, achoo, how you going? How you going? How you going?
But at least it'll be scented. Think about it. You got watermelon, strawberry. You could have the musky man scent, or you could have the just from the jungle scent,
Yeah.
or maybe the little fruity scent for us other different type of people.
But when you're sitting there at the toilet
Okay.
and your business is done,
All right.
now you have to get up.
Yes, you should. Well, I
Okay.
mean, if you can't get up, then we have
Unless you
problems.
sat there so long that your legs are fucking numb. Okay?
I've had a couple times that have, because I sit there and text and shit, you know, and freaking things like, oh, damn.
So you take your phone with you when you go to the bathroom in
Oh,
the morning.
that's when I get the best conversations going on.
So people from like 7 to 8 o'clock when you wake up or whatever you're doing, that's when you get your best conversation.
No, it's usually early, like about 6:30ish.
So are they leftover conversations from the night before so you can poop with them?
Yeah, sometimes. I think it's,
So
it's
you-
a
so you-
pooping conversation.
So
event.
you save texts for the next morning so you have a better poop.
Yeah, it helps things flow a lot more ergonomically, you know, and
Yeah.
it makes it easier. You're just sitting back, and next thing you know, business is taken care of. And then I'm going to try the new strawberry scented one. I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought that up because
I think there's some coupons out for that now.
poupons?
Yeah, coupons.
You have any poupons for the poupon?
No,
All right.
that's in the women's section, okay?
Okay, I'm glad you brought up the women thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen that commercial where she's a little bit of a heavy set African American woman?
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, I was a little bit worried about my scent. Now, because of this, all I have to do is spray everywhere and even down there."
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
if you stink that bad, then maybe you ought to think about taking a shower and using some soap or something."
Well, the older you get, people don't shower like they're supposed to.
Okay, I can sort of.
They don't
respect-
women usually don't wash their hair every day. They think they do it every fourth or fifth.
Well,
day or
do what
something.
they say that because it dries your hair out and you're gonna lose hair. I mean, look at me. If I take my hat off, this is like all freaking chrome dome up here.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not as lucky and glorified to have the mane like you have. You know.
There we go. Yeah,
All right. So we gotta talk about that, man.
yeah. What's that?
This is
This-
I can
this
just
here?
say that. What do you got? Something in your shirt, man?
No, it's me.
Yeah, that's what they all say. I thought you were happy to see me.
No, it's me.
All right. So how many years did it take you to pump your breast?
Well, it's probably more of a genetic thing, like anything else. People.
What the hell does that mean? Now,
I
come
mean,
on.
you could.
You can't just wake up and pop. I don't know any guy can just go without working out. You freaking work out. So
Well,
I mean,
I do still, but I just been doing it for such a long period of time, and I did other exercises back when I was a kid
yeah.
to be more genetic and stuff like that, and be more defined. I used to be a lot bigger at one time, and I used to be a lot stronger at one time. Left shoulders all fucked up and shit like that.
Well, it's because we're getting older, man. That's what it is. I mean,
You
come
know,
on.
still,
Unfortunately.
just want to bench press your body weight. That's all you're supposed to do anyway. So.
Speaking about like that, what did you think about the Hulk when he was up there at the Republican conference and he's like, "Yo, bro, you're my hero."
Well, Terry Bollea, other known as
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan or the
Yeah.
other way, he's from Tampa.
Yeah, he sure is.
He's from South Tampa, where a lot of the wrestlers wrestled. They all grew up together.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of them. They used to come out. Terry, no lie, Terry used to come out with like 5 of his guys.
Yeah.
And they would jet ski in the back of my house. They,
Yeah,
would, they would
Macho
come up
Man,
there. And
all
they go,
those
yeah,
people, yeah.
Macho Man. There was
Brutus
what's-
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
what's the one? There's another guy that hangs out with what the hell is his name now? The crazy dude is like he's still around, but he's not really in the wrestling no more. He God, I can't think of his name, man. Crazy older dude, man. But I've seen him around, and he freaking hangs out with a couple of like Ben Mala. He'll be
Yeah.
on Ben Mala's stuff.
Right.
But I can't think of his name to save my life, man.
But-
You were
but-
like
but
jokester outfits.
They're all
and stuff.
really, really good dudes.
Oh yeah.
I've got a picture of Terry at my brother-in-law's restaurant, the Country Skillet on East Bay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I got a picture of Terry there. He's a really nice guy. He got in some bad relationship with his wife. She took advantage of
Oh
him.
yeah,
so
with
I think-
Bubba.
No, I'm talking about Terry's wife, the blonde. She's, but
Did you hear about Bubba the Love Sponge?
yeah, but then again, Bubba was married to some girl, and
Yeah.
Terry. But then again, Terry won a bunch of money off that lawsuit.
Wow, there's a lot of history on that, man. There's a lot of
He
history.
won
there.
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, good for him, you know.
Well, speaking about Terry, basically, my daughter, she was about, I don't know, let's say 5, 6 years old, and she was really small.
Yeah.
And I got pictures. We were down at the boat races at Clearwater.
Yeah.
And he was there, and she's like freaking looking down, and she's looking
yeah.
way up at him.
Well,
Like
he's
he
not
was
as tall
a
as he
tower.
used to be. He's got a lot of back problems. He's a lot shorter now.
Well, I mean, think about it. Come on, taking those on the freaking
All the
ring
bumps
there,
and stuff
getting
like that.
slapped
That's
around, banged
that's
around.
whenever you take a fall like that, it's called a bump.
Yeah, well,
It takes a lot of bumps.
I would think you get your ass kicked. You know,
Because
there's a lot of people.
But he wrestled for a long time. I think he was the only wrestler ever to be on the front of Sports Illustrated back in 1980.
Yeah, well, who was the one guy that he choked out on a TV show? He was there with the Mr. T, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he put him in a chokehold and actually knocked the guy out on stage.
Yeah. Well, he was in Rocky III. He started as Thunder Lips.
Yep, Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips. You know, the male portion of what women always love and stuff. You know, so.
Well, I mean, yeah,
But-
the
but-
guy is amazing.
But he was
man.
on TV. He said some things that were true. He's a very nice guy. He is a Republican,
Yep.
just like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, he tried to promote or did promote Biden back in 2020. He said that was a fucking mistake.
Well, a lot of people feel that way.
Now all of a sudden, he's thrown his support someplace else, which isn't with the Democrats.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, but right now, okay, I think a lot of people felt like they were tired of Trump's rhetoric, okay? And I thought Trump was still good. I still think he's excellent. He's got, you know how he is. He likes to run his mouth.
Yeah.
He's very narcissistic, but he's a self-made billionaire,
Yeah.
okay? And a lot of people got turned off. Until this day, I would say probably 85% of my family members are not fond of Trump at all.
Well, were they
Okay.
better off when Trump was president?
But they will never tell you that.
No,
I
because,
feel that
because,
way.
because they're boobs, that's why.
Well, the thing about it is, like I said, is I look at right now is that Trump is a businessman, and
Right.
United States is a business. I don't
Right.
care what
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
looks at.
Yeah.
We are a business, and we are the people.
Right.
We're supposed to be fostering people on
Right.
how to live better lives.
But if you give someone advice, don't go across the street without looking both ways.
Yeah.
But they don't listen to you. They go across the street, they get run over and get
Yeah.
killed. And you look at them and go, I tried to tell you.
Well, that's it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But we see it happen in our lives all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've sat down with employees and said, look, you're working a lot harder than you have to.
Right, yeah. Work
First
smart.
of all, yeah, work smart and understand time management skills. Take a little bit extra time to plot your
Yeah.
routes. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the girls right now, once again, kudos to the girls at my agency fire corporation. They've been able to help these guys manage their time more effectively.
Right.
And, you know, in life, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Understanding time management skills.
Yeah.
Because we all have the same amount of time.
Did you
Okay.
tell them not to answer the text anymore so they can improve on their life by 5 minutes a day?
Well, the thing about it is
don't go in the bathroom and fall asleep on the fucking toilet for an hour?
Well, when you go to the bathroom, you're there to, you know, do your paperwork, do your texting, and get done. A lot of people go in there and sit down. Like you talk to my daughter, but she have to do like chores.
Yeah.
I say, Brianna, it's time for you to do work. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you should
Next
have
thing
gone
you know,
there.
you
Yeah.
be in the bathroom for like 45 minutes. Like, Brianna, let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, she's sitting there texting, probably
Oh.
playing video games.
Well, I used to work construction, and they used to have porta johns on the job sites.
Yeah.
So you had to walk down from the construction site, probably 2 blocks to get to the porta potty, and you had to do your business and get the fuck back to the job site. You don't want to stay in that thing for 45 minutes.
You
That,
could.
that damn
You'd
thing
die.
stinks.
Oh, it stinks. It's hot as hell at most job sites.
You have a collection of turds in there. Look down there, you see the big one, the small one, the yellow one, the Mexican one.
I noticed, Dwayne, you're into this poop thing today, man.
I'm just saying.
And did you have a rough moment today
No,
or
I'm
something?
just saying. There's a lot of things. I was watching a special about certain things, but when you're sitting on the toilet, you got to get up, right?
You do.
Okay, now do you ask for help, or do you push yourself up, or what do you do?
Fortunately, I'm able to get myself up right now. I'm good at that. I mean, I haven't gotten to that level yet.
Are you looking to the day when you gotta text somebody to come get you off the
Well,
toilet?
when that day happens, it's going to probably happen. I mean, knock on wood. So far, my uncle and my father in their 90s, I'm hoping I have the same gene pool that they don't need any help. They have
Yeah.
some other issues. They need help with other things they do. But
Right.
knock on that, that's one of the things we're all blessed so far in my gene pool.
I just want people to have a jolly talking about pooping, because you're sitting there pooping or whatever you're doing, and your legs go numb because you didn't know what's going on. Because at my work,
Yeah.
we only got one bathroom.
You only have one bathroom?
Right, downstairs,
Oh.
and some fucking idiots are always sitting in there falling asleep on the toilet. And you go back, you
Just
walk in and
pounding
out.
the door. Boom, 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 boom.
No, I'm standing there. I'm going. Get the fuck out the toilet. I got to go to work, dude.
Well,
You know?
get yourself your own portalet. Have them just bring it up and have your own private portalet.
And then
Or just get yourself a bucket to be the same thing, man.
and
you
then-
can put a toilet seat right on it.
and you're standing there, right? And when they get up and they walk out, finally, they're only about 5 foot tall, and they look up and they go, thanks.
Well, somebody's got to do it, man. They're taking care of business. You can't. What's the Charmin commercial with the bears, they're shaking their butt and stuff.
Well, back to the toilet paper. You said you have a special kind of toilet
Yeah,
paper.
it's not Charmin. It's like Scotch or something. It's like this orange. And my wife's like, during COVID, we're like,
is it
going
the soft? Is it the really soft kind?
Yeah, it's not really soft. I mean, it's not.
Well,
like
there's
freaking-
different kinds of toilet paper all around the world.
Well, this
Have
stuff.
you ever seen
okay,
the
is
European stuff before?
Can't say I have.
It's brown. It's like brown tissue. It's like brown paper bag shit rolled up.
Well, it's like being out in the woods.
Well,
you take
no,
a leaf. You
I'm
take
just,
a
I'm
leaf.
just saying this stuff. You got to be a really tough dude to use this stuff,
Well, they have the bidets now. Have you ever used a bidet?
Well, I had some coffee with one of those one time. Oh, a bidet, I thought.
bidet,
Oh, I
a
thought you
bidet.
said the little French thing, the little the
A
food.
bidet, man. I mean, I have never experienced it, but I had one in one of my rental properties that was already there,
Yeah.
and I turned that sucker up by mistake, and that thing would fly.
Well, no, you're not supposed to go in the kitchen and get a drink of water. You can just push the button and go get a little drink of water from there.
you
Or
probably
your
could.
dog is trained enough to go in there and push the button down and get a drink of water
Okay,
from
but
it.
my question is for those bidet users.
Bidet, yeah, okay.
Bidet,
Yeah, bidet,
petite,
yeah.
whatever. What do you call for you users?
Or but that's all, folks.
What do you do to wipe your ass? What do you have, a towel?
No, it washes it, and then you're supposed to have a towel. You just dry it off.
I would think if you're gonna have a bidet, you might as well have a blow dryer too.
Well, I mean, you got to be careful with a blow
That's-
dryer next to the water.
That's why you have a GFI.
Well, not all of them work. What happens if you push the button in so you
The
can
wrong
override
one?
the circuit and you electrocute
You
yourself?
get a little spark in your life. Look at it that way.
Have you ever been shocked really, really bad before?
Yeah, I got blown across the room one time. On one
Doing-
of my
doing-
rental properties.
Doing what?
Putting in a 220.
Really?
Yeah. We thought it was turned off. Said just turned off?
So,
Yeah.
so you
I hit that sucker and I
Yeah.
went back about 6 feet, man.
did it spark in front of you? Now?
Oh, it popped. I felt like I was gonna die. All right.
Were you properly grounded?
I had tennis shoes on. That's about the extent
So
of it.
so you cross phased the two wires that created a circuit
Yeah.
and it sparked.
Oh,
That's what a welder is, okay?
well, let me tell you something. It was the experience I don't ever want to experience again.
Yeah.
And you hear about people that got struck by lightning and lived? God, I would never want to experience that
Well,
one.
you're supposed to either get hit by lightning or win the lottery.
Yeah, well, I think I'd rather win the lottery than get struck by lightning. Because, dude, if you got struck by lightning, you better win the lottery.
Well, I myself have been shocked too. I've been shocked with 110.
I've been up 10. That's no problem. We're doing E-Light stuff. I've got
I mean,
that plenty of times.
I could hold on to it and feel it
Yes. I mean, I haven't that, but 220, yeah, well,
because I let go of it one time ago. That really wasn't that bad, so I grabbed hold of it again. And I go, okay, this is fine. Okay, cool. So I've been struck by 220, and it's a more of a higher cycle.
Oh yeah, but you
I've been
must-
shocked by 480 before.
Nah, I don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
think about that.
That just flashes your brain.
Yeah, well, you know, if you ain't got much of a brain, there's not much up there to flash. It'd be like.
Well, we're not watching the Wizard of Oz right now.
Why would they after you got shot at 480?
You're
You
not
might
the-
be blah, blah,
You're,
blah,
you're
blah.
not the Scarecrow, so I wouldn't worry about it. You know. But being shocked is kind of a cool experience because I have AFib,
Okay.
and I've had to go in the hospital to be shocked
Okay.
to put me back into
Rhythm.
rhythm, you know, rhythm. I got rhythm, you know. So they take me in there and they put a rubber thing in the front of me and a rubber thing in the back, and they shocked me. They shocked me 4 times one day.
Okay.
Four times. Now I
And
was out.
But what kind of voltage
Well,
is
the
that?
end results was, he says, it's not working on you.
Why, did something stand up instead?
No, because apparently back when I kind of have a high resistance to electricity for some reason.
Wow.
So
Not me. I'm pretty much anti.
so I had to go in for the other thing where they go through your leg and connect onto your heart and scratch out the little electrical impulses and get rid of the AFib so your pulse can go back down to a normal pulse instead of 170 over. Or
So now if they can't do it, they put like a pacemaker in there or something?
eventually they can put a pacemaker underneath the skin, but for me, since I have AFib, and that's brought on from some other things, but they went through my groin
Yeah.
and they use a radar system that the military has made that can look inside of you. That's in satellites. They can look in through buildings and stuff like that and see who's in before they blow them up and shit.
Well, I mean,
So
why the hell did they do that shit when they had Trump out there? I mean, like Josh has got a freaking drone. Why did they take a freaking drone and fly
Well,
around
they
the
did.
goddamn
They did
thing?
fly a drone.
But why weren't they consistent? To me, if you're having these people standing there, you shouldn't have a drone flying around all the time, checking that area at all times.
Well,
they do it at football
I
games.
think the Secret Service had in to kill him. They knew what was going on. He has encrypted messages on the phone, and that director of the Secret Service was there in Congress yesterday. She didn't answer shit.
So, but you're okay. So you're thinking that if that's the case, then you think that that's another reason why maybe Biden said, "Oh, damn, we can't even kill this son of a bitch." So
Well,
let's,
they've tried everything. They
give
tried
up.
lawfare.
Oh yeah,
They said that his house down in Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million.
bullshit.
I'm writing the check. I'm writing the check tomorrow for that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, because I can buy the place for 18 million. It's
Right.
worth a fucking $1 billion.
I don't know about billion, but at least more than
And
18 million dollars.
then they get him in for some kind of case from 50 years ago that he supposedly sexually assaulted some lady in
Yeah,
a department store or something.
right.
So they got all these things going against him. Well, all this information that they used against him was whenever he was the president. And they also said through the Supreme Court that you can't use that information because he has privilege.
I
So
mean,
all these people like Jack Smith,
right.
who was nominated to be a federal prosecutor, who isn't even an employee of the government. He wasn't even approved by the Senate or anybody. So
Wow.
he's invalidated.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the way I look at it, he's pretty much he's been through hell and back.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Trump. Then when he got shot, that
But they-
fight.
Oh yeah, well, part of his ear's off, but they'll eventually get that done. I was watching a special last night about that. But
So you're saying it was blown off?
top portion, the bullet went right through his ear.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm saying
Ronnie Jackson, who's the doctor who treated him back when he was a president. Since then, he's become a congressman. He said that it's healing nicely. Eventually, they can have some plastic surgery if he wants to have that done. So.
I think it's just been the new thing. You know how they have the hoops down here with the big ears there? We can do it up top.
Well-
Start making the things that start making it bigger up on top. And eventually it'll just flip down. We start our own new image there.
Well, like I told you the other day about the bandages and stuff like that, what the fuck did they do? They took bandages, they started putting flags on them and shit like that.
Yeah.
That was $1 million fucking
I
idea.
know.
had.
Why didn't we do
What the-
that?
what the
We
fuck-
talked about that right when it happened.
Yeah,
we
I
should've
talked
jumped
about.
it.
I talked right before all this shit was going down. They had a fucking bandage on his ear. You can make a flag on it or something like that, or "fuck you, Joe Biden," or "let's go Brandon" or something. You know, on there, small fucking print. So, but I'm just saying, I've always got the great ideas,
But we
And
don't
then-
implement. Why is that? I'm the same way.
Well, maybe some people are just as smart as us too.
You think?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people, a lot of people that's smarter than us put together.
Well, you know what? if people were to slide out of their life and slide into mine and your life out for a week, they go, I ain't going fucking back. I'm staying
Oh,
here.
that's true. That's
is
so
cool.
true. That's so
It-
true, man.
you know,
But
no.
wear my shoes for like an hour,
Yeah,
man.
well, they
It's-
slide into me and they go, fuck, I'm 6 foot tall and I got hair and my dick works. Oh my God. Come on, man, this is great. I'm not going back to my girlfriend or wife named Bob. Cut all her fucking hair off. Looks like my brother Bob now.
Now, come on now. This is to keep you cool. It's an easier style. It's more modern, and I'll have to mess with it in the morning.
And if you look at girls at the mall, your wife slaps you upside the head. Go, what are you looking at? It says that's a good-looking Bob.
Now, come on. That's a trend. That's the way it goes.
It's a fashion trend.
Yeah, it's the way it is. Don't
Twiggy?
you know?
Twiggy?
Oh, come on. Okay. Women are tired of being beautiful. So they're tired of.
Sex objects.
So they're sort of like, now we're just going to be us. So we have to, less hair, less makeup, less worried about nails.
Yeah.
We wear the same clothes for 4 or 5 days.
When your wife loses a nail, does she become problematic about getting to the nail place the next
Yeah, a
day?
little bit. I wouldn't say too bad, but I have the same problem with my nails too, a little bit.
Is it the ones on your feet?
Now hold on, let's talk about that, okay? Let's set the story straight.
Yeah.
I do go get a pedicure.
You do?
I do. I just
You
had
like
one
it?
done
You
last
like it?
Friday.
Where?
The reason be because a freaking nail
Yeah.
that
Oh, the toe?
inrotated, and my fat ass has a hell of a time digging it. I had my wife try getting it, and she like do surgery on my feet.
Do you like the people who do your feet?
Well, I'm a jumper. I jump from one place. I just went to a place right across the street over here.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried it out, and she was wonderful, man.
Cool.
I mean, they give you a massage chair. She brought me over a black tea. They even gave me some cake. I mean, I felt like I was a king, man. I was
Yeah.
like, and her name, she's a little, I don't want to say, I don't know, but her name is King. But she's, what do you want, Vietnam or something? Great woman.
Cambodia, Laos.
Great thing. But
Vietnam.
she had told me a story when she worked at a shop
Yeah.
about for like 9 years, and all of a sudden, somebody came in and put a pistol to her head.
Oh wow.
It got so bad that she was having nightmares from that thing, and she actually stopped working
Yeah.
for a while.
Why?
And then she joined with them because she was afraid. She had nightmares about them
Oh,
putting
wow.
a pistol to her head, trying to rob them.
Jesus.
And so finally, she just said, "To hell with it." She went there, and then she joined up with them across the street here, and they do massages, they do hair,
Great.
they do tattoos even over there, man, right across the street from us.
Wow.
John Anthony's, which is really
Tattoos?
cool. Yeah.
You been there?
I would know, but I want to get this one redone. I'm thinking about going over and talking with Jeff and
I
getting
can't.
that
I
one
can't have any tattoos because I fucking would bleed to death
done. Really?
because I'm on the Eliquis. So I
That's a
would.
good question. I don't know, man. I mean,
No, I
they
would. I
do,
would.
Really?
If I'm on blood thinners, so
Really?
I would nick myself.
Well, we could get you one of the artificial one, the fake ones, man. You know,
That's
we can
okay.
change them out every week. Put a couple on your eyes.
No, I just
You
I
know?
would just floss the people. So,
Well, guys, it's been a great one, man. You know, what do you think, man? How can we finish this one off? This is our
well,
first live
we
show.
didn't finish the pooping story.
All right, then let's go with
Okay,
that
we're
one.
sitting on the toilet, pooping, and we're all done. We used a special toilet paper. We got through the text messages.
Okay.
We smell the coffee cooking.
Coffee's
Now-
the best part.
now
No,
we
wait,
got
hold
it.
on, stop.
Now we-
I get my coffee first. I have to
Yeah.
hold it till I get my coffee.
Now-
Because coffee is actually a help to sort of like push it
And
through.
now we got to excel our body up into a vertical position.
Okay.
Okay. Now the cabinet is right there, so you can give yourself a lift,
A little bit of hush, yeah.
a little bit of toast there, you know.
Right.
Or you can just be a man and just do a squat off the toilet like you're supposed
Some
to.
of us do. Some of
Yeah.
us depends. Like I said, if I feel stiff as a board, I'm crawling like a freaking animal up the side of things to get up.
So I'm just saying that exiting from the toilet seat
Okay.
is paramount for your success for that day,
It really is. It really is. It sometimes.
because you can
But
look at you
sometimes
look,
I'm good. I wait till I freaking come out and hang out with Josh, and then I talk to Josh. It goes, man.
yeah. So now
No disrespect, Josh. Love you, man. You're the
now
best.
now that we finished the story about pooping, I just want to say thank you very much. This has been a great show. Thanks for letting me come back again.
Well, you know, so all I gotta say, man, is I hope because we talked about poop, you're not necessarily full of shit. Because I really think you're not a full of shit.
Well, I
guy.
do have brown eyes, and just keep in mind that my relatives from 800 years ago were at Stonehenge.
All right.
So you
all
be
right.
good, okay?
All right. Well, hey guys, we really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you next week. Stay in tune with us. And hey, if you got any requests or you got any questions for us, please look us up. We're here to foster you and foster